Hey everyone, I am here at Hasbro headquarters in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, and I am joined by Sam, who works on the Star Wars team. Sam, thanks for being here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you.
So, why don't you first tell us about this space that we're in? Is this your office? Is this where you design Star Wars toys?
So this is one of our many design offices here at Hasbro. This one is specifically for Star Wars here, but yeah, this is kind of where we start to kind of catalyze those ideas and really start to make things happen.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we've got a few figures here that are part of the Black Series that are back by popular demand.
Yeah.
They were released previously, they went away, now they're back and you can only get them at GameStop. Let's talk about each of these figures here.
So first up we have the Imperial Shock Trooper, which was from the first Battlefront game. They were a nice sort of armor advancement of the clone trooper shock troopers that sort of accompanied the Emperor, and they're, kind of clad in all this red striping and insignias all over the armor, which really helps to distinguish it as something new.
Yeah, it's a very striking looking armor set, really cool.
Absolutely.
So moving on to one of our favorite bounty hunters here, Tuckus.
Yeah, so Tuckus was actually the last of the original Empire Strikes Back Bounty Hunters to release, so we're thrilled to get him back out there. He was one of the only ones that actually released as an exclusive opportunity only.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you're collecting the Bounty Hunters and you still need Tuckus, this is your chance to complete that Bounty Hunter set.
Yeah.
So how about the Stormtrooper with blast accessories?
So the Stormtrooper, we call it the FX Stormtrooper, but really what it was kind of an opportunity to start to expand on more of the environmental pieces of the characters, being able to kind of add some of those elementals to your character, as well as introducing a new figure stand, really helped to be able to tie in a very loved character in the Black Series line with the Stormtrooper.
Yeah, one of the things I love most about this is I remember, playing with my Star Wars figures, and I would take hours just setting them up in scenes to look at them, and having these blast effects and stuff is really cool. So these are all up for pre-order right now. You can pre-order them at your local GameStop store or on GameStop.com. All right, so now let's talk Force Friday, which this year is Triple Force Friday, right? But let's start talking about these Black Series figures.
Yeah, so as we mentioned before, something that's really great about Star Wars is really just having such a rich amount of entertainment, and this year certainly doesn't disappoint. So by way of Triple Force Friday, in support of The Mandalorian, we're going to have both our hero, The Mandalorian. Then as we move down into Episode 9, we'll be supporting with our heroes, Rey and Kylo. Kylo, our villain. And then as we move into some of those new trooper variants, we'll have the all-new Sith Trooper, which is clad in this red armor. We'll have one of our First Order rocket troopers, and then making its way back into the line is actually going to be a First Order Stormtrooper, kind of outfitted in its riot gear. So we're excited to get that one into the main line as well.
Awesome.
So then in support of Fallen Order, we have some great new figures coming out. We have Cal, who's going to be our main hero for the game, as well as Second Sister, who's going to be one of the Sith Inquisitors for the game itself. Really kind of cool and exclusive to GameStop is actually going to be this all-metallic version as part of our carbonized series. And again, it's a great kind of unique interpretation of the character itself. And then lastly is going to be our Imperial Purge Trooper, which is an all-new trooper variant. Borrows a lot of design cues actually from the clone troopers, but it's sort of clad in all-new armor, and it really is something that looks awesome for the game.
That is awesome. So what about this helmet that we see up here in the front?
But this is going to be our Red 5 Luke Skywalker helmet. This is the first time, and it's actually been our most fan-requested hero helmet to get into the line. So we're thrilled to get that in. It's perfect in terms of just sort of aligning to the entertainment, really kind of bringing an end to the Skywalker saga. But we're thrilled to have this helmet into the line. It really pulls everything in terms of being as closely replicated to the original movie prop, while bringing a lot of kind of modern tech and features into the helmet itself. So it has a fully soft goods interior padding, has an adjustable elastic chin strap, a metal articulated microphone boom, and then a really in-depth play experience. So you're actually able to do both the Battle of Yavin as well as the Battle of Hoth, and you do those as Luke Skywalker. So when you put that helmet on, you'll actually hear R2-D2 chiming in from a speaker behind you. And as you zoom across, you'll have all your squadron mates actually chiming in, and you'll hear all those great blaster fires. And then what's really exciting about this one is it's actually the first helmet we've introduced light into it. So it actually uses augmented light experience, so that as you have a TIE fighter fly by, you actually see the green bursts of the TIE fighter's torpedoes kind of firing at you. And then when it explodes, you'll actually see it kind of cast across the screen. So just some really neat lighting effects.
That is amazing. And when you wear it, do you have the choice to just turn off your targeting computer and just use the Force?
It's there's actually a really nice Force elemental in there where it actually takes over through the full surround sound speaker.
That is amazing, and it looks great. I mean, you can really see sort of the battle damage and some of the wear on there. It looks really cool. All right, we've got one more item, another one of these premium roleplay items right here. Tell me about this.
Yeah, so this is our new Force Effects Elite Kylo lightsaber. So it takes all of the details of Kylo's slightly updated lightsaber for episode 9, and we've brought them here. It uses a full aluminum and die-cast hilt, so you have significant weight to the hilt itself, but we've also really been able to go back in and really capture a lot more details on the saber itself. So you'll find a lot more in terms of through holes and separate pieces to really make that feel as accurate to the on-screen. But what's really unique about the Force Effects Elite sabers is that not only are all the blades actually removable from the hilt itself, but we've also introduced for the first time ever an addressable LED array. So when the saber is activated, you get a much smoother effect, and you also get sort of this crackling, living blade effect throughout it. And also by way of the accelerometer, when the saber is pointed upside down, you get a secondary activation. So that's something that really kind of harks back to the details of on screen. For some reason, when Kylo ignites his lightsaber in a downward fool's pose, you actually get that secondary emitters firing on the side, and whenever it's ignited in a vertical orientation, it's all blades on together. So as you'll notice, you get that really smooth blade as it ignites. You don't get any real banding. And then with the accelerometer, you really get that effect as it carries through. But something else that we've been able to introduce by way of the addressable LEDs is actually being able to completely change the color through effects. So when you actually strike, the whole blade changes white. And then actually having a secondary effect. So you can do blaster deflection. And then we actually have this great wall cutting feature on the blade itself.
This is just incredible. All right, Sam, so much Star Wars goodness. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk about all of these items out of your busy schedule. I know you're sitting here at your actual desk designing new stuff right now.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, if you want to check out any of these items, make sure to talk to a guest advisor at your local GameStop store or check out GameStop.com.